What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another run here in the 389 on ATS, American Truck Simulator. Today I've got another Fontaine Velocity trailer here from Jazzy Cat, and well, the official name on the cargo is Big Track, but I believe that's a truck. That's a technical term for it. I could be wrong. I never really paid much attention to what the terms were for dozer items, especially ones this big, when I was servicing my Cat dealerships. But this is a complete tread and housing or whatnot for, hell, it could be a huge crane, it could be an excavator. This is going to Coastline mining, so it fits. Actually, it took me a while to get a load that was going to the correct place. I saw a couple loads going to Walmart or 7-Eleven. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I guess you could probably say if it was under construction, but yeah, no, they're not under construction in the game here. I try to pick loads that are somewhat explainable, legitimate to where we're going, so this one works just fine. Actually, I picked it up from the Cat dealer right down the road. Decided to park over here just so I can have more room to show off the truck and the trailer. And the truck I need to show off because, of course, as always, this is 389 with the Cummins N14 600, or with 605 horsepower in it. But this skin is actually from Clunk. It's the black and orange skin, and it will be in the Google Docs. So make sure you check the description if you're interested in downloading this. It is found on the Steam workshop. What the man? I've only had one beer today. I'm already talking all jacked up. So, I took the super singles off as well, and I put the Peterbilt disc wheels on here, wrapped in Bridgestone rubber. So, a little bit of a different look. And honestly, and I'll talk about this once I get on the road, but I'm kind of tossing around the idea of moving into a different truck. I haven't quite figured out which one I want to go with. Nothing's really getting my juices going here for that, but I am tossing around the idea of putting a hired worker into the 389 here and jumping into something different. So, well, I'll discuss that and other things once I get going here. Now, one thing I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to change my route. Actually, it's already done it for me. Awesome. Originally, it wanted me to pull out of Cat all the way around and back up to the I-5 and on the 80. But now it wants me to go right down this road to 99 up to 80. And I believe 99, this extension here, is because of MHA Pro. So, nice little touch here. Now if we could just get a road that goes between Carson City and Oakdale or something for that example, that'd be nice, because then that way we don't have to go all the way up to Reno just to come back. So Carson City to Truckee, Carson City to Stockton, Oakdale, whichever one. That would be really nice. Maybe one more down and around this area too. But that's for another time. Let's get rolling. Yep, screw it, I wasn't stopping for that yellow light. You would think that's a crop duster, but it's not. And hopefully I can get a better look here. The plane's gone, but you see those big pylons right there? Those are air racer pylons, plane racing. And I don't know how popular it is over here stateside, but in Europe, from my understanding, it is a fairly popular thing. And usually you'll see it here stateside in air shows and things like that. Red Bull, I believe, has been a sponsor of it for a while. I don't know if they still are or not. There was actually a game that you could play on your mobile phone or tablet that allowed you to fly those planes and race them. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of fun. All the different ways you had to basically move your plane so you can make it through one pylon to the next. Other pylons had you fly sideways through them, and others you had to do a barrel roll, flip it backwards basically, in order to get to the next one. So there he goes underneath the bridge, and I didn't see any other pylons over there, but really interesting stuff. And these things, they're not cheap for starters, obviously, but they're high-powered, high-tech flying machines. They're not something you're going to see normally flying through the air. They're designed specifically for air racing and the G's that you're going to pull, which can be pretty extreme when you're going through some of these corners. And you're pulling high G's so you can get as close to the pylon as you can and have yourself set up for the next one. And I've seen commercials on TV for it, and it looks like the pylons easily pop. So, if a wing snags a pylon, it doesn't get caught up in it or anything. It just, poof, gone. Like a bubble if you're blowing bubbles. And so that's a nice little safety feature, so the plane doesn't get out a lot of control because it got snagged on the pylon. But I could be wrong about how they pop. Maybe there's, big needles or something like that on the edges of the wings to force the pylon to pop. I don't know. Back it down. Alright, that's good enough. So yeah, I have to figure out what truck I want to go to if I want to go. I mean, I've been kind of tossing around the idea here, something to change it up. Granted, I've got my Sunday test drive episode, and as well as my backhaul videos, where I basically do a second look of whatever truck I drove on Sunday. But I just can't describe why I have that itch to change the truck and drive something different. And actually, I'm leaning towards either a 386 or the 579. Not exciting to you guys, I know. A lot of you guys love the 389, love how it looks. And 386 is not going to really give me any of those options because it is severely outdated. And the options for tuning and customization are just not there. But the 579, there are tuning options available for it. Various SCS packs that add more options, as well as GT Mike's Aero Kit option. And I believe on some sites you might still be able to get the 579 edits that Kentucky Boy originally had out and then removed, and then put back out again, and then removed again. That is still floating around on a couple of websites, I believe, so... I've hit a neon before, I'll do it again. I've torn off the bumper on a neon before when I was driving my old Dakota years ago, and she came through the authorized U-turn only section on highways, usually where cops will sit and clock people, or DOT vehicles will sit there when they want to get from one side of the road to the other. And she came barreling through one of those crossovers and parked right in the middle of the left lane on northbound 55. because she missed her turn. She wanted to go west on 80, and she missed it, so she drove about 15 minutes south, passing up 3 other exits before deciding to pull in the U-turn area there. And when she stopped dead center in the left-hand lane where I was at, going north. My headlights on my pickup were basically lined up with the driver's side window and passenger side window. It would have been a perfect T-bone accident if she hadn't moved in the last minute and basically saving her sister's life. She decided to punch it at the last minute and pulled forward just enough to where I plowed into the right-hand side, the passenger side of the car, just behind the right rear wheel. And I basically ripped off the whole bumper and half of the trunk. And the only thing that kept me from leaving the ground and barrel rolling was her trunk popped up and dug into my hood. The corner of her trunk ripped a 4-inch gash into my hood and basically acted as a hook holding my truck down. Otherwise, I probably would have rolled the truck over. And the whole bumper on that Dodge Neon was styrofoam. That's all it was. I don't even remember seeing a steel brace or anything. It was just styrofoam that they had put inside there. And I'm sure that was par for the course for many trucks that were built in the late 90s. Oh, come on, dude. Why aren't you stopping? Really? Oh, this is just... Is there anyone in front of him? Did he hit someone? No. He just decided to stop right there. Are you kidding me? The whole intersection seems to have come to a standstill. They're not going on that side, we're not going on this side. And there is no way for me to get through here. Whatever mod is causing this issue, I might just have to say screw it and take it out. I mean, this isn't the first time driving I've had traffic do this. Where one car or one invisible car has caused gridlock. Now, they're not turning over here on the left because you can see over there, they're stuck. They are not going anywhere. Well, I'll tell you what. What am I stuck on? Stuck on something. I have no idea what. Screw you, dude. I really wish I knew what was causing AI backups like that. much as I might want to say, get rid of the traffic, turn it off, I really can't do that. I mean, just driving around with no one else out here would just be completely and utterly boring. You gonna find the gas pedal, dude? Looks like you are. Yeah, the more I give thought to what truck I want to use now, the more I really have no clue. I mean, I'm not a huge Kenworth fan, so you can probably rule out the W900. As well as the T680. The 660 is nice, but still, it's a Kenworth. And the only reason why I would drive that would be because I can't drive the 386 and have the customization that I have on the 660. The Volvo is nice, the VNL 670. But I don't know. Not quite my cup of tea. I could drive the 379 full-time, or even the 351 for that matter. I haven't driven the 351 yet. I know there's a few mods out there, but I don't know offhand if anything is being updated, or what the most recent one is. I could just stick with the 389. It's a good truck. Hasn't done me wrong. Just enough traffic passing me where I couldn't jump. Damn, I hate that. So what other trucks, guys? I mean, I do like that Max Superliner, but I don't know if I want to make that my everyday driver like I have here on the 389. The Cascadia or the Coronado are nice trucks. I don't know. We'll see. This whole thought could pass, and maybe I just stick with the 389. I don't really have to worry about losing it because I already have the file downloaded on the computer here. So even if it does turn up missing from the workshop again in the near future, I'm prepared. I've already got it downloaded, so I'm good to go. But personally, I do not see that happening anytime soon. Although it might not be updated as often as we might like it to be. Viper taking the time away that he is. At least he was kind enough to leave it up there for us. I mean, after all, he pretty much does have the #1 mod in the game. Not saying he's obligated to, but like I mentioned on yesterday, or what was it, Saturday's video? It's a little different losing the 389 compared to some accessory mod. Ooh, that's lighting up nice. That's lighting up nice. billboard. NBA playoffs billboard still up there. Shifted too fast again. That is a common problem with me. Sorry for the lack of commentary here on the second half of the run. Just kind of sitting back and enjoying the drive here. I guess I don't have to talk every minute of every video, right? Coming up to delivery anyway, so that's almost perfect timing with this. Getting into these coastline mining locations, though, is sometimes a pain in the ass. No rush to get in here. Let that engine brake work. Now this is one thing I can say I've never had to do while going in and out of my scales or going in and out of my quarries is go through the scales. And again, the scales are normally reserved for people who are hauling loads. Yeah, I got all. Too bad I just can't lean my head out and look forward down towards the front wheel. Come on, get over that. There we go. Come on, ride that curb. There we go. Alright, where are we going here? So uneven, holy crap. Aha, right down there. Got high centered, so you know what? That's fine with me. All the way back down. Alright, what did I just hit? Nothing. Oh. I never saw that. Never saw that. Rather embarrassing end of the episode here. I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying it. Where did I see that? It was up this way. Given the way the terrain here is, you can see the truck is sinking down there in the backside, so I'm just gonna, well, you know what, screw it. I was gonna park it and call it a day, but let me see if I can just actually get this straightened out. And look at that axle dropping back there. Not exactly easy, especially when you got a lowered truck here. Well, you know what? That'll have to work. But this big ridge right here, that's causing an issue. So, time to park it, see what I get out of this, and then call it a day. Excellent. Alright. So that'll be it for now, guys. I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Hopefully, hey, I'm going backwards. Hopefully you guys didn't mind the silence there. Just enjoying the cruise. There we go. Look at that. I'm basically high-centered on the tank there. Off the ground. So there you have it, guys. That's why delivering here can be such a pain. So that's gonna be it for now. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next run. Take it easy.